Who would have thought that I'd ever end up in a video? Not me, but you're not here because of that. Let's get to the news. So, I always wanted to play Assassin's Creed on my Switch. Well, ever since the Switch released. And now I found out that there's actually a possibility to do so. How can you do that? The answer is cloud gaming. For about €64 total, or €5.50 daily, you can stream the adventure to your Switch. Sadly, it's Japan only, which sucks. At least, the Switch System Update 6.0 adds a nice little treat for the rest of us. The ability to set your own console as primary and then log into another console and play your digital games there as well. This way, you can essentially share games with trusted friends or family members. But you can't play at the same time, and playing on a secondary Switch requires you to stay online. Nintendo's mini consoles were quite the big success. Now, Sony announced their own version, the PlayStation Classic. It is around half the size of the original PlayStation that was released almost 25 years ago. The mini console will be packaged with 2 classic controllers, an HDMI cable, and will come preloaded with 20 games, including fan favorites such as Final Fantasy VII or Tekken 3. It is set to release on December 3rd and will cost €100. One comes, one goes. The company also disclosed recently that 2019 will be the last year Sony ships the Vita, and that it has no plans to launch a new handheld. THQ Nordic just sealed a deal with Atari. Alone in the Dark and Act of War have now a new owner. The publisher has been on a sizable shopping spree in recent years, buying the licenses to all kinds of well-liked but inactive video game franchises. Particularly Alone in the Dark should ring a couple bells. The horror game series is something like the prime father of all 3D survival horror games and influenced popular titles such as Resident Evil. Real-time strategy game Act of War, on the other hand, didn't have such a strong impact, but it still has dedicated fans that can now look forward to a potential reboot or sequel. However, so far THQ didn't provide any information on future plans for either IP. 15 European gaming regulators, and one from the US, have now announced that they have plans to address the blurred lines between gambling and gaming. The main focus seems to be tackling unlicensed third-party websites offering illegal gambling linked to popular video games. So shady businesses like the CSGO skin betting sites. But the investigation won't stop there. Gaming companies better watch out as well. EA now disclosed the odds for FIFA 19's loot boxes. And while the numbers are already sobering, it's only a small step in the right direction. Halo Infinite is doing a bit better. After noticing a job listing that hinted at the existence of microtransactions, fans got worried. Co-studio head Chris Lee now explained on Twitter that the game will have no loot boxes you can buy with real money. After years of PlayStation exclusivity, Square Enix decided to open the Final Fantasy floodgates. 7 to 12, with the exception of 8, World of Final Fantasy Maxima, Crystal Chronicles and Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon are all coming to Nintendo Switch in 2019. And it won't be the only console drowning in Final Fantasy. Microsoft revealed that all these games, apart from the last 2, will also head to Xbox One over the next 12 months. Not all news surrounding the franchise are positive though. Legendary video game composer Nobuo Uematsu announced that he can no longer continue with his current projects due to health problems, without stating the nature of his condition. The man behind some of the most famous Final Fantasy tracks explained that his return to work would depend on his recovery, because he doesn't want to produce subpar music. Red Dead Redemption 2 will feature a wide range of different camera options. One of them will allow you to play the entire game in first-person view. This new viewpoint will allow you to really appreciate the myriad of pretty little details you might otherwise miss. Beautiful doesn't mean peaceful though. For example, shotguns allow you to blow enemy limbs clean off. Perfect when a character really grinds your gears. The new Deadeye targeting system not only allows you to line up a series of shots, it can also be upgraded to target vital organs, allowing you to go straight for the heart. Another cool ability is firing warning shots by pressing up on the D-pad while aiming. Wildlife and NPCs better watch out. So, that was last week. What do you think? And what do you think of this? Tell me in the comments down below. Hope your day's as good as gold. See you next video.